In this problem, we have a domain that's equal to 7, 8, 11, 13, 15, and we have a range of x and y. We're told that each element in the domain must be paired with one element in the range, one and only one. Each element in the range must have at least one element paired with it in the domain. Okay, so how many possibilities are there? Okay, so how many possible functions are there? What that means is that each, like a possible function would look like this. You could have 7 is paired with x. Then you could have 8 is paired with y. 11 is paired with x. 13 is paired with x. And 15 is paired with y. That's one possible function. Okay? So each one of these in the domain have to be paired with either an x or a y. Okay? But there's also a stipulation that says that each element in the range must have at least one element paired with it. So in other words, you can't say that these are all paired with x. You can't have 7 paired with x, 8 paired with x, 11 paired with x, 13 paired with x, and 15 paired with x, because then the y wouldn't get used. So you have to use the x and the y at least once. Okay? So the question are, how many different possibilities are there? Well, how many different possible things are there for 7 to be paired with? Well, it could be paired with an x or a y, right? So that's 2 possibilities. So how many different possibilities are there for 8? How many different things can it be paired with? Also an x or a y. So each one of these has 2 possibilities. Okay? So there are 5 elements in the domain, and each one of those has 2 possibilities. So we'll say that our possible functions are equal to, for the 7 there's 2 choices, for the 8 there's 2 choices, for the 13 or for the 11 there's 2 choices, for the 13 there's 2 choices, and for the 15 there's 2 choices. Okay? So 4 times 4 is 16, so this is 32 possibilities. Now this is not quite our answer. This is a 2 here. This is not quite our answer because we have this last stipulation that says each element in the range must have at least one element paired with it. Okay, so we just said, well, here are your choices. Each one of these has 2 choices. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. Okay, that's it. But we have to take out two possibilities. We have to take out one possibility that every one of these is going to be paired with x. Okay, that's part of your 32 possibilities, is that 7 went with x, 8 went with x, 11 went with x, 13 went with x, 15 went with x. And that's not something that this particular problem lets us do. So we have to throw that out. We also have to throw out the possibility that 7's paired with y, 8 paired with y, 11 paired with y, 13 paired with y, and 15 paired with y, because then the x wouldn't get used. Okay, so our answer is going to be 32 minus those 2 possibilities that can't be used because we don't want them to all be x's or all be y's. Okay, so we'll take out those possibilities, and that will give us 30 different possible functions given this domain and this range, and given that it's 1 to 1, so every element goes to one other element. Okay.